Alright guys, so now you are here in the portion of my video now, the 5 through 1 on some of the worst mods, possibly some of the worst mods, at least in our opinion here, for what it seems to be Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. If you are enjoying, like I said again, by all means, let me know by hitting that like button down below. Subscribe, go check out Eryzio, go check out his channel as he covered part 1 over there on part 2. He's part 1, go check that out to figure out what 10 through 6 is, and probably figure out why, so he's gonna go in depth and explain that, but we're just gonna get right into the video here. So number 5 on this list is gonna have to be Bominable. There's a lot of things that I can actually say about his Pokemon as to why he's so bad, and I think if you guys actually know me long enough to the point, if you're new then you probably didn't, but for those that you do, I did a Battle Spot series right when Sun and Moon came out, and man, it was just disappointing, dude. I tried this mod in competitive in every type of format, singles, doubles, and he's just not good, dude. He's just not good. The flaws of Bominable, to keep it TLDR, keep it short, I appreciate that they did a brand new typing. It's not really that good. It's not really that good. Offensively, absolutely. Otherwise, it's not really that good. I mean, his ability, Iron Fist, it's not bad. When it comes to things like close combat and drain punch and things like that, I don't know, I doubt crab mirror. But the thing is, though, is that like an ice typing is just, we all know ice typing is really bad. When it comes to defensively, ice typing is really bad. You're weak to entry hazards. You already have hella weaknesses on you. You're typically known to be frail if you're an ice type, dude. Bulky ice type is almost non-existent. So it's just really poor that a mon like this has so many weaknesses. You got psychic, flying, fairy, just to name off 3 right there. Fire, steel, dude. Just name 2 more off there, dude. He's just not good. He's just not good. The big issue with a lot of Sun and Moon mons that came out, Sun and Moon mons that came out, is that they just chunk a ton of EVs into like 1 or 2 stats, and everything else is really piss poor. You think about it, he's got good HP. He has good attack stat. The typing doesn't really correlate well with the HP. He's got really good attack stat, actually. He's like a truck, 132 base attack. But everything else is really bad. He can't take a hit to save his life, and with that HP coupled, kind of, but the typing holds it back with that HP. And he's also incredibly slow, so he can run like a Trick Room or a Silver Set, but it doesn't matter, dude. The only thing that people really use the thing for is to punch something and then it dies. That's really it, and he's just not good. I'm sorry. I liked it, cool design, but not really with it.
A Pokemon that I never thought would make this list has to be the Bloomsicle Pokemon Laurentiis. I just thought that because this Pokemon was so good as a totem, it also had to mean that it was good competitively too, which sadly isn't the case. It's nice that it gets access to Contrary and Leaf Storm, but its speed and move pool don't really add up to making it a good offensive threat. And when taking a look at its stats and move pool, like I said, it's just not that good. And Grass as a solo typing brings itself to so many weaknesses. And with those pretty mediocre defense stats, don't expect to be living too many super effective hits.
Alright guys, number 3 on this list is going to have to be choreo. Every single form. None of them are safe. None at all. There is an issue with choreo, but there's a reason why he is not like number 2 or 1. There's a reason why. And he at least has usage compared to numbers 2 and 1. His ability is quite interesting. It's really gimmicky, and believe it or not, it actually works better in doubles than it does in singles. He has some type of usage when it comes to doubles because of that ability. You can essentially mimic your partner's dragon dance, quiver dance, anything like that, you know what I mean? So his ability dancer is that's exactly what it allows it to do. It allows it to use the same move as another Pokemon that used a dance move. So like quiver dance, dragon dance, right? So of course he gets the boost, yada yada yada. Nice for him. The issues about him though is that he's really frail and he can't hit hard enough. Not to mention that it's really niche as well to when it comes to which typing of choreo you're actually going to use. For example, the fire flying type may not be as efficient as the psychic flying type or the electric flying type, which IMO are probably better than the fire flying one, purely because it has a quad weakness to rocks, and all you have to do is click rock slide, which is a common move in doubles by Landorus or just any breathing mon. So to be honest, dude, you know what I mean? It's just like this thing also lacks power. I feel like I already said that, but it lacks power, you know what I mean? It also lacks the bulk. It's basically a speedy glass cannon, and when you think of speedy glass cannon, you think of mons like kind of like Rabombi is a good example for kind of a speedy mon as well that really can't take a hit that great. That has really poor HP and really poor defenses, but that typing can help at least take one hit. When it comes to choreo, it just typing can't make it take one hit. It cannot, dude. It just cannot. Rabombi got lucky that it actually hit fairy, but choreo, nah, it can't. Rabombi's actually good though. It's not me shitting on Rabombi. Rabombi's actually good. When it comes to choreo, his typing doesn't help him, so he doesn't have the Rabombi effect where the typing helps him. And he actually has good moves. With this choreo, no. It's very, how do I say, limited to his move pool. He learned a lot of moves that correlate around flying and normal moves, which can actually end up holding him back because the coverage for his moveset really isn't as wide as you think. Revelation Dance is the actual move that it goes the type being varied based on the user's primary type. So essentially, if you use the Fire Flyer choreo, you're gonna have Fire type based Revelation, which is the base 90 power stab move correlated with the Dancer boost. It depends on what you get from there. Swords Dance, of course, also applies to that as well, which conveniently enough, he learns Swords Dance. And also, of course, he gets like Stab Hurricane, but Hurricane also has a pretty decent chance to miss at 70% accuracy. So if you've played Pokemon, and I've played it for over 7 years, probably a lot longer than that competitively, you're more than likely gonna miss Hurricane if it's not in the range. You're more than likely gonna miss that. So the flaw of this mon, can hardly take a hit, and yeah, he may be fast, but sometimes he actually isn't fast enough. Mons that are lower than base 100 speed always end up losing sometimes to that issue of speed creeping, to where they just can't outspeed something, and then you have to force it onto a Scarf, which can actually hinder this mon since he needs more power. So it doesn't really help out in this case. It really doesn't. It's basically that glass cannon bird that really can't hit that hard, that it needs more power and it needs more bulk, and I don't think it's gonna get that, but it has issues. It has flaws. I think I've tried to explain it the best way that I can, but it has issues. I mean, it speaks for itself. When you look at all typings as well, Fire Flying is quad weak to Rock, which is probably going to be the most obnoxious one to use, so I don't recommend using that at all. Probably the most efficient best one I can say is the Electric or Psychic one. The Ghost one, yeah, that's all right. I usually see the Electric or Psychic ones just because, like, defensively they're better. I mean, you have a steel resistance there. The Psychic one, you have quad resistance to fighting. It really depends on what you want to do there. It really depends on what you want to do there. But number 3, like I said again, choreo, man, I'm not surprised at all, man.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised with this one, but coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Gumshoes. Gumshoes suffers from the early encounter Pokemon crisis that Pokemon like Raticate face. It's very good early on in the game, and it evolves right away, but as time progresses, it gradually gets worse. And with Gumshoes, 4 out of the 6 stat lines it has won't even go past 60. That's even worse than some pre-evolved Pokemon. Sure, it gets access to pretty decent abilities, but with speed and defense stats like this, it won't even get a chance to get a hit off. I'm sorry, but Donald Trump over here is just a bad Pokemon.
Alright guys, so you're probably sitting here wondering now the most awful Pokemon from this list, and really sitting down thinking about it. I don't know how you're really going to feel about it, but sitting down to think about it, yeah, I'd have to give it a Shiinotic. Shiinotic is really... There's a lot of things I could say about Shiinotic. There's a lot, but I guess the number one thing I can say is this mon is hoarded. It is actually bad. And I don't know if I'm going to trick a lot of people saying that because I don't know much people that like it. Now, if you watched my video last year, I talked about some video where I basically said some of my favorite mons from the Alola region, and Shiinotic was in there purely based off of his like creepy looking design, which I guess I kind of fuck with the creepy looking design. Yeah, that's not saving you today, buddy. It's not. I mean, you would think that a fairy type just cannot be one of the worst mons from this game, but it is, because there's a lot of things wrong with this. It's confusing. This mon is confusing. You look at its stats, it's really confusing. It makes no sense. There's no real sense of direction. You know, when you see Grass Fairy on paper, you think, okay, cool, it's going to be bulky and defensive, because you see Grass and Fairy as 2 typers that work together, bulky and defensive. You know, you quad weak to poison, but you also resist Earthquake, and you're also immune to, you know, you resist fighting moves, and you're also immune to Dragon. 3 offensive typings right there, which helps it a lot, but it doesn't save his case in here. You know, he's got 60 HP, no one's going to use his physical offense, so he's got 45 attack, and then when you look at everything else that should be important, the defense, special attack, and special defense, they aren't bad, yeah. It's like 80, 90, and 100. That 60 HP is really going to hold him back. It just ruins him. You know what I mean? There's a mon that's also similar to the same typing. Tapu Bulu and Whimsicott. Whimsicott has priority and it's insanely fast. And yeah, Tapu Bulu may have like a base 75 speed and may not be the fastest mon out there. It's like a freaking truck. and his ability helps him out so much. With Jannat I, there really isn't much going on with it. I feel like if they would have given his HP stat at least like 85, 80-ish around HP stat, and instead of Illuminate, which has absolutely no competitive use at all, had they've actually given it like Regenerator, then maybe I feel like it'd be a little better. At least usage. The thing has abysmal usage. It is next to almost not used at all. I just feel like this is a whole 5 minutes of me cooking up Jannat I here. Trust me, guys. I like the mod, but it's bad. Not to mention it's shiny. It's disgusting. That shiny is disgusting. I'm sorry. That shiny is gross. You can't sit there and tell me that the shiny is good. That shiny is gross. It's actually disgusting. I don't even know how to put it. Like custard and dirt. It's disgusting, dude. It's foul. But yeah, unfortunately, the poor guy just can't do it. I think the few sets out there, especially defensive, like max HP, max special defense, and I don't know. I think he has like Giga Drain for his only recovery. He gets Moonlight too. So I mean, I guess so. Sure, why not? He also has FX Spore and Rain Dish, and I feel like Rain Dish won't get much usage for this mon. So I don't know, dude. I feel like they should have given a Regenerator. I don't know, something like that along the lines, because this one is just, whoo, it is embarrassing. We're trying to keep it as unprofessional here as possible, but that is just, wow, you're just not good. I'm sorry, you're not good. But that's really it for the video. That's it. I'm sorry if you like Jannat I and you thought that he'd at least be good because he's a fairy type. You know, slapping on a fairy type doesn't instantly make a mon good. Let's look at Wigglytuff, dog. Let's look at Wigglytuff, man. Sure, it made it a little better, but yeah, you've had it since the womb, my guy, and you're not really good. Yeah, sending positive vibes your way. But guys, that's really it though for the video. Of course, if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button down below. Probably gonna trigger a lot of people for torching Jannat I, or it's a worst list, so I feel like it's gonna make people mad regardless. But hey, sucks to suck. I'm sorry. I apologize from the bottom of my heart if it triggered you. If you disagree with our list, by all means, let me know and let Eryzio know. By both of our comment sections, you can just let us know if this feels the need to be here or not. If you have your own list that you want to drop down in the comments down below, then by all means, you can put it down there. But this is just our compiled list. Again, it's our opinion. If you disagree, by all means, let us know. But again, like I said, go check out Eryzio's channel for part 1 to figure out 10 through 6. Subscribe, leave a like if you want to. And with that, I will see you guys later.